T minus 3, 2, 1, ignition.
But you know about this life, yeah. Just relax, baby, get high, yeah. You're on your way to the best night ever. No top.
What's up, guys? So this is gonna be your week 3 recap. Let's get into it. So I got first one I'm gonna go over is Finley versus Jacob, the Cleveland Steamers and Taco. So Finley just went off this week. Every single one of his guys on his team went crazy. Russell Wilson is really playing like an MVP this year. 5 touchdown passes, and the efficiency is what is crazy. I mean, in every game this year, he's just some games he's had less than 30 attempts, and he has 4 touchdown passes. But so we have Russell Wilson for almost 40, Aaron Rodgers for 25. Nick Chubb's playing great this year, almost 27 there. Tyler Lockett was benefiting from Russell Wilson's game with 35 points. Calvin Ridley was 17, acquired for me, but a great game. He had 5 for 13 with 110 yards. Let's see, Joe Mixon, playing like Joe Mixon, 17 carries for 49 yards. Eventually that guy's going to have to break out, but my God, he is so inefficient. So looking over at Jacob's team, we have Patty Mahomes with a ridiculous game, probably one of his best. And the fact that he had most of those points done by halftime is crazy. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is unreal. He's so fun to watch, but great player to have on your fantasy team. So going down the list, Deshaun Watson's been off this year. He'll probably come back, but overall he's been down. I mean, losing your number 1 receiver, that kind of hurts you. But we'll see where he goes from here. So we got Dalvin Cook, kind of playing like he did last year. Right now he's our RB 4 in the PPR, but averaging over 20, so playing great, playing just like last year. His receivers need some help, but he's Odell's never going to be reliable. Tyler Boyd is looking like he might be pretty good, depending on how Joe Burrows continues to do. None of them left any big points on their bench, so everything's looking good there. But Finley with our second highest score of all time, behind T-Bay. Last year, T-Bay had a week where he scored 220. So, and then behind Finley, we had Cam had 2 just over 200-yard games in last year's playoffs to destroy Andrew. So let's move on to the next one. So we got Andrew versus Connor. Andrew's team, he was struggling, but he made some solid trades to get himself back into somewhat of a less likely to lose position. He traded for Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, his quarterbacks, and Matt Ryan. So his quarterbacks right off the bat look 10 times better. He has some, if Chris Carson can continue to play, he has some solid running backs and some receivers that can play. So looking up for Andrew's team, he has given away his entire future pretty much, and his first round picks are getting thrown around, but he has a better team than he did starting this season, so things are looking up for him possibly to not lose. Looking over at Connor's team, Lamar Jackson with an off game. He started the year not as efficient as he did last year, but I'm sure he'll pick it up. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the best streaming quarterback there is. I mean, he's just so fun to watch, but he had a great game, and he didn't even have that many yards, but his running ability, yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick's running ability, kind of set that game up for him. Austin Eckler playing like he should. looking like a receiver out there with 11 for 11 receptions, 84 yards, and he had a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, I mean, that was just more of a, they were playing from behind, so they were throwing the ball. I mean, Josh Jacobs is a workhorse running back. The attempts that they give him per game, they're always trying to give him 20 plus rushing attempts, so can't be mad about that. See, his receivers are all right. I think that's the weakest link of Connor's team, but Kenny Galladay, first game back, a touchdown, so not bad. Jonathan Taylor benefited huge from that Marlon Mack injury earlier in the year, but he will be good going forward. So, final score of that one was 147 to 128. Then going on, we got the privileged little bitch, Thomas Bay, against Ass Kickers United. Thomas's team finally lived up to their potential, just scoring 126. Kyler Murray showing his true colors with 3 interceptions, only 29 rushing yards. Drew Brees actually had a great game, believe it or not. He is 41, but he can still play. Zeke and Aaron Jones are playing great this year. You can't go wrong with Ezekiel Elliott, but you can't go wrong with Aaron Jones. He's going to end up being trash, guarantee it. Robert Woods played great. Adam Thielen, not that great, only 10 points for him. Looking over at Cam's team, Cam had a stacked lineup this year. He was, everything looked great on paper, but Carson Wentz shows his true colors this year. This is actually, it is Carson Wentz's best game. He almost doubled his best game this year with 18.5 points. So Carson Wentz is looking up. Melvin Gordon, the Broncos are just you cannot trust the Broncos. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays, but not even any volume there, only 8 carries. I think they were playing from behind that entire game. So, and they probably will be playing from behind every game this year, so I don't know how good Melvin Gordon's going to be. Kenyon Drake, he should be great, and he probably will break out at some point, but he's in one of those workhorse running backs with 18 carries. They're trying to feed him. I mean, the offense there runs through Murray, but the fact that Murray is so spreads the field so much, Kenyon Drake should be, solid going forward. Juju's been playing great this year. He had a terrible 2019, but 2020 so far has been good. Wide receiver 7 in PPR, so pretty decent. Chris Godwin goes down with concussion, so not good for Cam. We'll see what he does. He gave up a first-round pick for Chris Godwin, so the saving grace of Cam's team. He seems to have one of these every week, but Alvin Kamara, I mean, the guy is unreal. Watching him against Green Bay was crazy. That 50-yard catch-and-run touchdown was one of the coolest touchdowns I've ever seen. It literally looks like he's not even trying out there. He's our number 1 running back this year so far. Probably will continue to be. He's just an absolute monster. And with Drew Brees kind of aging, I think the offense will run through Kamara, especially with Michael Thomas out. So for Bobby and I's matchup, I did a little something fun, so I'll play that now. I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, so here it is. Okay, that was a lot of fun to make. Hope you guys enjoyed it because I laughed my ass off making it. But, okay, so going through here, let's go to our standings so far. So right now, Finley, the newcomer this year, is 3-0 with 526 points. So he is just destroying it. His team is really solid. We'll kind of see where it goes from here. We got in second place right now is actually Bobby. So Bobby has 482 points. His quarterback play has been unreal. So we will see where he goes from here. He just traded away to me his best player, Christian McCaffrey. I'll kind of talk about that trade in a second here, but yeah, he had James Conner and Mike Davis just absolutely go off. So after that, in third place, points for right now is looking like it is myself. So I'm in third place with 457.68. Then Thomas is in fourth place right now with 456. And then Connor is in fifth place with 449. Then Cam is in sixth place with 418. Jacob, seventh place with 404, and Andrew rounding in last place with 365. So the fact that this is a World Cup year is actually kind of fun. So you got a team like Thomas in fourth place who's 0-3 and would be, on the verge of missing the playoffs is now, his team's solid, but we'll see where it goes from here. Let's see. So the big trade that just happened was I gave up Todd Gurley, DeAndre Hopkins, and 2 first-round picks for Christian McCaffrey. My reasoning for it is that although Christian McCaffrey is hurt right now, he potentially is going to be the best running back in recent history. I think you guys all can agree with that when you see the way that he plays the game. He's just amazing, and the fact that he's still 24, he still has 2 to 3 years of really solid play. Just looking at last year, the fact that you can pretty much guarantee 20 points from a running back position is unreal. So that's why I kind of gave him up. I had to give up a lot, obviously, but I traded for that 2021 first round and 2022 first round already this year, so it's like I pretty much where I started the season in terms of draft picks. And Christian McCaffrey will be my forever keeper. And Bobby wins his part of the trade because he gets a stud receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. Todd Gurley was just something to throw in there. Nobody really wants Todd Gurley going forward after this year. But those first round picks are huge for him. He can do a lot with them. He can either trade them or he can use them as picks and trade those players eventually. But to have 2 first round picks for the next 2 years is going to be huge. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you to kind of preview week 4. We got myself versus Connor. Should be a pretty good matchup. My team is struggling right now, but we will get through this. Connor has a really solid team. Not to get his ego high, but one of the best in the league. But he will have something happen to him to make him lose this year. Then we got Cam versus Finley. It's looking like Finley has a 65% chance to win. Overall, Finley's team is ridiculous. His depth at running back and now wide receiver is great. Cam's team, like I said earlier, was everything it should have been. If he gets Devontae Adams back, it'll be a lot better, but I don't know if he has the firepower without his stud in Saquon Barkley. So I'm predicting for myself first. I'm going to kick Connor's ass. And then I'm going to say Finley beats Cam. Hydro Tic Tacs versus Michael's daddy. Bobby's team is going to be great. His running back play is going to be his only issue going forward. He has stud wide receivers. If Todd Gurley can play this year, then he's going to be great. But once going into the playoffs, once he loses Mike Davis because of Christian McCaffrey, then he has James Conner and Todd Gurley, who are both not very reliable, but he still has those great quarterbacks. One thing looking at Bobby's team that he's going to have to deal with is his best player in Josh Allen has a bye week 11, first week of the playoffs. So, yeah, that's going to hurt him, especially because he doesn't even have another QB on his roster. He just traded away a potentially decent quarterback to replace Josh Allen in the first round of the playoffs. Because, let's be honest, as much as we want to shit talk and have fun this season, week 11 and week 12 is all that matters. That determines the entire season. So going on to Privileged Little Bitch versus the Cleveland Steamers. Thomas's team sucks, so I'm going to take Jacob in this one. Kyler Murray and Drew Brees probably have a decent game, but I'm just going to have to go with Jacob on this one. Well, let's look forward to another good weekend, and I will see you guys later. Bye.